Hello everyone, my name is Sina and welcome to my YouTube channel. As you know, this is my first video on YouTube channel. Thank you for supporting me and I ask you to support me by subscribing my videos. First of all, I have to say that my professional background is information technology in bachelor's degree and in master's degree and doctorate in software engineering. Software is focus. I have been a web developer for almost 10 years and currently I am teaching as a professor in Vocational and Technical University and Applied Science University. In this course, we are going to learn professional web development absolutely free from the very beginning. So we are going to do this course for giving you the most modern skills as a career as a web developer. We are going to make it easy, fun, and hopefully help you to avoid any pitfalls that are common for people to end up in the way. Now, I want to mention really quickly what we need to start. After that, making a roadmap for ourselves. So, I really just want to cover the basics here. So, let's dive into it. Now, let's start with web development, that is creating websites and web applications using technologies like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to design and implement user interfaces and functionality. A full-stack developer is proficient front-end and back-end web development, capable of working on both the user-side aspects of a website and server-side logic, databases, and server deployment, making them versatile in building complete and dynamic web experiences. Here in this example, someone enters a URL to the website and hits enter. Okay, what happens next? At the first, let's discuss what is a URL. URL stands for Universal Resource Locator, and it has 4 parts. The first one is scheme. In this example, it is http:// and another common scheme is HTTPS, that is connection is encrypted in the HTTPS. The second one is a domain. In this example, our site is example.com, that is domain name. The third part is path, and the fourth part is resource. The difference between these two is often not very clear. Just think of them as a directory and file system. Both of them together specify the resources on the server we want to load. So, okay, this person entered the URL to the browser. What happened next? Well done, the browser needs to know how to reach the server. In this case, it is example.com. This is done with a process called DNS lookup. What is DNS? DNS stands for Domain Name System. Think of it as a phone book of internet. DNS translates domain names to the IP addresses so browser can load resources. Now, to make the lookup process fast, the DNS information is heavily cached. First, the browser itself caches it for a short time, and if it's not in the browser cache, the browser asks the operation system for it. The operation system itself has a cache for it, which also keeps the answer for a short period of time. Now, if the operation system doesn't have it, it makes a query out to the internet to a DNS resolver. This sets off a chain of requests until the IP address is resolved, and this is an elaborate and elegant process. Just to keep in mind that this process involves many servers in the DNS infrastructure, and the answer is cached every step of the way. Now finally, the browser has the IP address of the server, in our case, again, example.com. In the next, the browser establishes a TCP connection with the server using the IP address that it got for it. Now, there's a handshake involved in establishing a TCP connection. It takes several network round trips for these to complete. To keep the loading process fast, modern browsers use something called Keep Alive connection to try to reuse and establish TCP connections to the server as much as possible. One thing to note is that if the protocol is HTTPS, the process of establishing a new connection is more involved. It requires a complicated process called SSL-TLS handshake to establish the encrypted connection between the browser and the server. This handshake is expensive and the browser uses tricks like SSL session resumption to try to lower the cost. Finally, the browser sends an HTTP request to the server over the established TCP connection. HTTP itself is a very simple protocol. At the next, the server processes the request and sends back a response. The browser receives the response and renders HTML content.